Hey, real quick, I'm in Jamaica right now. If you live in Jamaica, you know there's a lot of crickets, especially at nighttime. So you might hear a little bit of that in the background. I apologize. There's really nothing I can do about it. It shouldn't be a long video anyway. Real quick, I just wanted to touch on something. I saw it was like a picture. I guess it was a tweet, and it was said that Giannis is one Finals MVP away and one Finals win away from being the second greatest power forward of all time. And I'm sorry, but I just cannot disagree more. A lot of people are kind of overreacting to this playoff run Giannis is having, and it's looking more and more like the Bucks are gonna win this in six, you know. But I think that just need to slow down on this Giannis hype train. I guess that just came out of nowhere because everybody was kind of slandering Giannis until now, and now people are saying that he's going to be the second greatest power forward of all time. And I'm sorry, I'm just not ready to put Giannis ahead of KG. I'm not ready to put Giannis ahead of Dirk. And right now, I don't even think Giannis is ahead of Barkley. I don't think Giannis is even ahead of Karl Malone. I just can't imagine. Okay, here's my reasoning. If you want to use this playoff run as an example, he's been dominant, whatever. Let's look through the rounds that the Bucks have gone against. Bucks in the first round, they go against a Heat team that is without Victor Oladipo, and you can say, is Victor Oladipo really the difference between the Bucks winning and the Heat winning? I mean, and that could be argued. Victor Oladipo is a shell of his former self, but you cannot deny that the Heat were undermanned and they were injured the entire year, and the Heat just weren't themselves. Were the Heat going to be the bubble Heat? No, but they just weren't themselves. They didn't have enough time to prepare, I could say, because they were injured the entire season. And then after that, you have the Nets. If the Nets are fully healthy, do they win in 4? Do they win in 5? And Kevin Durant, he was going crazy. Kevin Durant had to average at least 30-something points. That's crazy because Giannis is supposed to be this super duper defender, and it's like he's refusing to guard the best player, and that's a trend. So now you got that. The Heat kind of injured. The Nets were injured, obviously, and then you got the Hawks, who's missing DeAndre Hunter, who is their best defender. Sidebar real quick. Dante DiVincenzo is missing from the Bucks. I will give them that. However, when you have Jrue Holiday, who was a former All-Star and a defensive, all-defensive player, and you got Chris Middleton, who was a former All-Star, and you got Brook Lopez, that is a former All-Star, losing Dante DiVincenzo isn't really that much. So back to what I was saying with the Hawks, DeAndre Hunter is their best defender, and he was not there. He was hurt. He was out. So now it's like, okay, who's really covering Giannis on that team? And even though Giannis missed the game, I'm pretty sure the Bucks won that game. I could be wrong, but the Hawks did not go away easy. The Hawks lost in 6. They were one game away from being in the finals. So it's not like the Bucks dominated the Hawks or anything like that. And now we're gonna get into this finals, and the Suns' best defender is Mikal Bridges, but he's more of a perimeter defender. So now you just have Jay Crowder on there, just I guess trying to body him. I guess just trying to put a body on Giannis. And the Suns are also a team that doesn't really deserve to be in the finals to me because of all the injuries that happened out in the West. So now it's like, okay, Giannis winning this championship. Come on now, let's just be completely honest. This has got to be one of the I would say weirdest kind of unofficial championship wins, and I don't understand why people are equating this to Giannis just ascending and just being all the way to being the second greatest power forward of all time. First of all, I think it could be argued that Giannis has probably the least amount of skill for somebody that good. People like Shaq, you could say Shaq was kind of did not have a lot of skill, but Shaq, he had a lot of post moves. He had a lot of finesse to his game and stuff. Giannis is really I'm just gonna go to the rim, I'm just gonna dunk, and you could argue that that's still impressive, and there's still not a lot of people that could stop that. But at the same time, you cannot tell me that Giannis is more skilled than Kevin Garnett. You can't tell me that Giannis is more skilled than Dirk. You can't tell me that Giannis is more skilled than kind of even Karl Malone. So I just think that, just being player-wise, even though Giannis has technically achieved more than them in less time, I just don't think that you could put Giannis ahead of them. I think Giannis still has a lot to prove. I think Giannis still has a real championship to prove. And I'm going to talk about like championships and how much their value are in a later video. But this is real quick, just my little 2 cents on it. I don't think Giannis is the top 2 power forward of all time, especially right now. He still has a lot to prove. I didn't forget all the playoff blunders that Giannis has had, where teams were, I wouldn't say shutting him down, but definitely slowing him down, just due to how almost kind of simple his game was. So that's it. I just think we just need to slow down on Giannis. Giannis is an amazing player, obviously, but I think he still does need to do a couple more things before we could start putting him even in the conversation of KG and Dirk and all the rest of them. Thank you for watching. Uh, have a good day. Have a good night whenever you're watching this later.